Welcome to the Mortgage Loan Officer Podcast, brought to you by the Mortgage Marketing Animals. I'm your host, Frank Ray, here with Kevin Gillespie of our Leadership Academy. Hi, Kevin. How are you, sir?
Hey, I am doing great. Good to see you.
Good to see you, too. It's like, I only see you like 4 or 5 times a week. So, you know what I mean? It's good to get an extra one in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. But I get one-on-one because you always have so many fans,
That's true, true.
hundreds of
But
fans.
I think they're there for you, not for me. So,
No, I don't think so.
anyways. Listen, you are the reigning king expert when it comes to roping in builder business, investor business within the mortgage industry. There's no doubt about that. There's no questioning that. Nobody can dispute it. I think you're, enshrined in some mortgage hall of fame somewhere regarding all of that. But
Well, I don't know.
I was going to
I
say
don't know about that.
you. Well, it's true. It's the way it is. But the thing is, you are so kind and gracious to bless us in the industry with, you know, these boot camps that you do, these trainings that you roll out. You do this what 3 times a year, something like that,
Yeah, two or three. Yeah, this
two or three
this will
times
be
a
the
year,
yeah.
and every time you do it, people who go through it, these are like 4 to 6 week trainings that you do once a week for like 5 weeks, something like that. And anybody who goes through it always comes out the other end like, oh my God, that was so great. And so many of those guys wind up picking up builder business, which loan officers, for the most part, feel like is impossible to do, right? But
Yeah.
you have really found a way to make that actually happen. You've got another one coming up. Before we talk about when that is, uh, tell me about it. Man, like, how did you manage to figure this all out for loan originators? Like, how did you, why are you
Well,
so good at it? What's
well,
going on?
I appreciate it. You're being very gracious. But the truth is I grew up working on builder business as a loan officer. And then years later, I joined a company called CTX, which was owned by a large home builder, Centex Homes, and then a regional, and then head of production, and then uh, became president of the company. And we closed about 3 billion plus a year. A lot of that being builder. I mean, 30,000 home builder units a year,
Hmm.
literally. And
Wow.
so I fell in love with the builder business, and I'm always looking for niches. And I've come to believe and have found two niches. I've builder being one, because as you said, most loan officers think, well, you can't break into that. They've got
Right.
a lender, right? And right now, and this was according to Zillow, the last, don't hold me to this, but the last document I saw a couple of weeks ago is that builders are about 27% of all homes for sale right now
Wow.
in the US,
Let's
right?
call it 30. Yeah.
Yeah, that's close enough. And
Yeah.
then there's a little bit of overlap here. The other niche that most loan officers never go after, or they think they do a few, but is the investors.
Mm.
Investors, depending on the market, are 15 to 25% of the market. But combined, I think you could easily say builders and investors are a large portion of the business. And I, you tell me, Frank, I
I,
think the vast majority of loan officers never touch either one of those.
no, agreed. 100%. They're that kind of, it's funny. A lot of LOs don't touch that segment, but it's that thing that's in the back of their mind. Like, that would be nice to get into though. It's like, I'd love to pick up some builder business, but I just don't think I can get it. So why waste my time? Right. But they deep
Yeah.
inside, I always kid around. I was like, I always joke around and say, with loan officers, when you're working, competing against the in-house lender for a home builder, they're your biggest enemy in the world, right? But when you get to be the in-house, you're like the happiest guy on the planet. So it's like, I hate those guys until you become one of those guys. Like, I love this. This is great.
Exactly. And as we look at that percentage of the business, right, of home purchases, 30%, let's just call it 25 to 30%. How much more chance of having success could you be if you had 30 more percent of people actually doing transactions to
Yeah.
go after?
Yeah.
And so you just it is. kind of a, I won't call it a no-brainer, but it is a common sense approach. And we've had success after success after success of people following these strategies and going after it. And I'll give a couple examples in a minute, but yeah, I think there's it's a little bit different for each. One strategy is the set of strategies go after builder. The other strategies are go after investor. They're two different animals.
They are. Yeah.
Um, but what would it be like if you learn the strategy of how you can get in with a builder, even if they have a mortgage operation, and get their incentives to help you with the loan?
Yeah.
I
Huge.
mean, you want to talk about being competitive to a client? It's great. How can you? What would it be like if you knew what the builder thinks? And so what we teach is, what do you need to understand about the builder business? What's their vernacular? How they run their business? How does that differ from realtors? Because it's
Yeah.
very different. Um, how do you follow? One, how do you find them? There's ways to find them. There's ways to find out who they're sending their business to. We get all the time, well, they send it all to their in-house lender. And then when you go into the databases we look at,
Yeah. It's not
you'll
true.
see, yeah, it's like 50%.
Yeah, I know. It's like 50%, sometimes less.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things I learned from you that just that I was never even considering was when it comes to builders, of course the Lennars, of course the KB Homes, of course these big ones, right? But there are so many, I don't care what area you live in, I guarantee you there are several small to mid-sized builders, right, who might not be on your radar at all, who do knock out maybe hundreds a year, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. And the interesting thing is we might think, well, they got all their financing in place and all that stuff in place too. But the truth is, and what you enlightened me to is like, no, man, so like these small to mid-sized builders, they need construction financing. And a lot of times the banks that they normally work with, they can't get it, or they suddenly tighten up, or they're different. It's not like they've just got this golden goose bank that they work with all the time. They don't need anybody else's help. There's often times where they're looking for different types of construction financing, and if you've got a good deal, they'll take you up on it. The beautiful thing is if you can help them with the construction, now you can help them with the takeout, right? You can, if you can get in with them on the construction side, you can now be the preferred lender on the takeout side. Why never even considered that until.
Yeah.
And then what was even
Well,
better is how you teach people how to find those guys, right? And how to
yeah.
talk to them, and what to say to them, and how to approach them. Just killer stuff, dude. Killer stuff. And we
Yeah.
know people together that have done it, that do it. Now it's like 50% of my business is this builder business. So yeah,
Yeah,
neat
there are
stuff.
certain loan programs that we show that will get you in the door. There's things that their mortgage companies won't do that they're losing sales for, will get you in the door if you know those strategies. To your point, if you can be the construction lender, man, that it's sweet. And a lot of the banks, because um, the banking regs have tightened down,
Mm,
right, on their capital requirement, and so they've gotten tight on these lenders, especially as the real estate is slowed down. And if you can offer them some decent terms on construction lending, and the truth is, you don't have to be a huge lender. I mean, you can be a broker and have construction
absolutely.
lending.
Absolutely.
So
Hey there, if you're loving the tips so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button and then click on the bell as well so you never miss out on more cool free tips coming your way. And also, would love to hear from you. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think or what you want to see next. Yep.
and then we have presentations we give. We show how to do the commitments just like the very big lenders do. So it's a great business to go after. And on the builder side, we've had boy, like Mission Mortgage in Austin, they get an 80% capture rate from the builder they work with. Rylan in Central California, using these strategies we're talking about, he's in Visalia. He picked up a builder, does 500 units a year, and he's now one of their preferred lender.
Yeah.
Let me see a couple other examples. Adam Dublé. I just talked to Adam the other day. He's down near Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
Using our strategies on certain loan programs. He's got one national lender. Their lender can't do it. And he gets 3 or 4 loans a month in his market from a well-known national lender that has an extra 3, 4 loans a month after month after month.
Nice.
Mark Helprin, same thing, doing non-QM business with certain in the way we present to the builders. He's done for years over $2 million a month with that. So,
Wow.
but like you said, and by the way, I wouldn't want just one big builder. I kind of like the mid-size, that small to mid-size. If
Yeah.
you had several of them, because that way, if you lose one,
Yeah. You're
all your
doing
business
fine.
doesn't go away.
Yeah, no, that was the thing that stood out to me too, was like, well, if I'm doing small to mid-size, like there's so many of them out there. I looked it up in my neck of the woods, Northern California. There's a bunch. There
Yeah.
is a bunch. And the funny thing too is I put in a little effort into it. This goes back a few years. Reaching out to them was not that difficult, and having conversations with them was not that hard either.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just killer stuff, man.
Well,
So
just knowing, like you said, knowing what to say, because most loan officers go in, the salesperson says, "Oh, we got an in-house lender." The LO stops calling, right? But
yeah,
if you got the right questions, if you say the right things, and you do several follow-ups, and they know that you're for real, it's not that hard to get in
yeah,
front of them.
yeah. They look
It
for
really.
people. They look for
Well, and
LOs.
especially now, because builder inventory is creeped up, right? It was flying off the shelves before. It's creeped up. These builders need to move that inventory to get more construction money to
Mm,
keep the machine running. And
right.
so if you can show them ways to help them sell, and that's several of the things we teach, man, they will listen to you.
Mm,
If you can help them move product, absolutely,
yeah.
they'll talk to you. But the other niche, let's spend a few minutes on investor,
Yeah.
and because I know you got real interested in this,
Yeah,
and
that's all I do now is investor. That's it. So,
yeah, but isn't it amazing? You think about it, the majority of these guys out there, they're mom and pop. It's not the big fintech guys,
right.
and there's you know there's different types of, just like there's different types of builders, right? There's the custom builder, there's the track builder, there's the condo builder, there's the fix and flippers, there's the custom builder, and those they each have a little bit different strategy. On the investor, there's there's long-term investment, right? There's those who go after the midterm market, and then the short-term rentals.
Hmm.
And then what you really latched onto and opened up is doing more of the commercial stuff. And man, there's money to be made out there.
Yep, that's true. Yep, that's where
Yeah.
I'm at. Yeah, I do the private capital, commercial cannabis, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And but it's just been a real joy to enter into that space, and it took a little minute to get the word out, but now that I got the word out, there is no lack of opportunity for us. I mean, we're being pinged on literally every day, multiple times a
Okay.
day. Yeah.
Man, good
So,
for that's cool. Well, and
yeah.
that's it. But the typical loan officer doesn't know how to talk to an investor versus a home buyer. And so
Right.
realtors and loan officers treat them as if they're buying their home, but there's strategies with investors on, tax saving strategies,
Yeah.
right? And property management ideas, and how to help first time investors. Where do you find investors? There's all sorts of investor groups and
Hmm.
trainings going on you can launch into. Paul Dolan had started, he didn't do any, and now he's been going regularly here in Central Texas to several of the investor clubs. He says, man, I'm finding people all the time. And that's what he
Yeah.
prefers doing as well.
Yeah.
Um, there's certain loan programs a lot of investors don't know about that you can really make a difference with. How to do 1031 exchanges,
Mm.
how to set up things in an LLC. We got property management cash flow, but one of our guys who took one of the course, Adam Crosley, he had one guy he was talking to, and he said, and the guy was selling a 9 unit apartment building, and Adam pointed out, he goes, well, you're going to have pretty big capital, about
Yeah.
$300,000 in capital gains. The guy said, what? He had held this property forever.
Mm.
And so Adam was looking at the property. He ended up buying the property himself from the guy, and the person financed 100% of it.
Wow.
Um, one Tom Callagher down in, Tom, down in
Sure.
Alabama. What a great guy. He was struggling. Now he's closing pretty steadily, 8 to 10 units a month. A lot of it's because of this investor
Mm,
business. So,
yeah.
again, that's why we teach the boot camp. You need one loan. Typically, we're doing them two different courses, and they really are because it's kind of two different sets of strategies, and we combine them into one course. So rather than paying 997 for each, we're getting ready to launch one the first part of April, for 997,
For both.
100% guaranteed. Take the whole course. If you don't like it at the end, keep the material and get your money back.
Yeah.
But that's very, very, very rare we ever have to do that, because I think we really, you've been through it.
Oh no, yeah.
I think we add some
The
value.
content is amazing. Yeah, I mean, you can't go through that class and come out of the other side without being able to go out and execute and get deals in the door. It's just impossible. I mean, it's definitely going to help and definitely going to work. What's the link for it? I can't remember. It's something bundle. Builder
Yeah,
investor
it's
bundle. Is what is it?
builderinvestorbundle.com if you
Okay.
want to sign up. If
Yeah.
you got questions and you want to find out more, go to profitdrivenplan.com, and myself or Kristen will be happy to talk to you about it, and so you can find out a little bit more.
Okay, so
Would
what
be
we'll do
glad
is,
to help.
if you're watching this on YouTube, that'll be in the description. If you're listening to us on the Loan Officer Podcast Network with Mortgage Marketing Animals, it'll be in the description there. If you happen to be driving in the car, don't crash. It's pretty easy stuff to remember. Yeah, so it's builderinvestorbundle.com, and that'll get, you're going to have to get in quick because that class starts beginning of April. Or you just go to profitdrivenplan.com, profit driven plan, if you want to get more information. But we'll put that in those links. If you're somewhere where you can see links, they'll be there. And yeah, you got to do it. It's awesome. You'll love it. I'm telling you, you'll walk out of that. You'll get more business from it. You definitely will. As long as you execute, it'll work.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
Kevin, thanks, man, for being here. Always a
Hey,
pleasure.
thank you. You've been gracious, and I appreciate all you do for the community and do for me, and just love your friendship, friend.
You
God
too,
bless you.
man. You too, brother. All right, man. Well, you have a great day, and we'll see you on Breakfast Club, I'm sure. And for the rest of you guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Go to those links. It is builderinvestorbundle.com and or profitdrivenplan.com. Get set up with Kevin. Learn this side of the business, of the industry, and you will do well for it. With that, we'll get out of here. We'll see you guys next time here on the Mortgage Loan Officer Podcast, brought to you by the Mortgage Marketing Animals. I'm Frank Array. See you. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.